Hey folks, today we are doing something that I have not done in such a long time. We are going to Reddit and we're going to read some questions and some posts from different people, and I'm going to give my input on that. Will my input be helpful? Maybe. Will those people even see this video? Who knows? Now, if you're new here and for some reason the thumbnail caught your attention, hi, my name's Allie. I lost a lot of weight on keto. I used to weigh 320 pounds at my heaviest, and now I'm sitting at around 150, so I lost 170 pounds. So I did all that without working out, without surgeries. And so I think, I can offer like a simple approach to keto if that's helpful to anybody. Sometimes I think keto gets really convoluted and people try and make it difficult. So I talk about weight loss in relation to keto. And in my opinion, the weight loss is all based on calories in, calories out, but keto really helps with that. So let's just jump right into these questions and posts from the keto subreddit. This person asked, ready to cook meat ideas? So I know frozen burgers are a good staple, but I was wondering, are there any other good options that are relatively clean eating that are just kind of ready to cook without prep? Thanks, because I'm racking my brain and can't think of anything. Now listen, y'all know who I am, my regular followers. I am like the simplest, lowest maintenance person when it comes to cooking my meats. If you've seen any of my videos in which I cook, what I usually do is I pop some meat into the oven and I broil and foil. The only thing I really add to my meats when I broil them is like a seasoning, and I just sprinkle it on there. I mean, you can't get any more low effort than that. If you do that with a frozen meat, you take it from the freezer and pop it in the oven for like 20-30 minutes. Same thing with refrigerator meat, that's not frozen. You season it and you pop it in the oven. So I don't know, that's my input, but now let's see what the other people wrote. All meat is ready to cook without prep. Steak, chicken thighs, pork chops. Just apply heat and maybe some butter and salt. Totally agree. Yeah. You can throw just about any meat in a crock pot or instant pot and boom, you've got juicy meat ready for eating. I agree. Whatever your favorite method of cooking is, however you like your meat to turn out. I like that roasted texture that my chicken and pork chops and beef and all that get when I broil and foil in the oven. So, that's my solution. And it's true, like any meat is ready to just be cooked. All you gotta do is season it. But I think this is one of those perspectives that comes from somebody who's not used to cooking at home. I understand that. So I'm guessing that this person maybe hasn't cooked a whole lot at home, so they think that cooking requires a lot of know-how. It really doesn't. If you're cooking on the stove, throw in some fat, throw in your meat, let it cook. In the oven, throw it in there, let it cook. Crock pot, instant pot, throw it in there, let it cook. So that's just my 2 cents. All right, the next post, here we go. Anybody else sleeping like a rock? Other side effects? No lie, the first day after I started keto, I was late to work and have been late to work at least 3 to 4 more times since I started. Oof. I love sleep. Like, it's almost painful sometimes for me to interrupt a dream. I get a headache. It's so hard for me to wake up in the mornings. Normally my 6:30 alarm goes off and I get up to shower, take a poo, shave, etc. Even if I turn my alarm off, I would naturally still wake up by 7 or 7:30 and drag myself to work. Now, if I turn that 6:30 alarm off, I'm lucky if I wake up by 8. Yeah, bro. You gotta be better. You gotta do the multiple alarms. 6:05, 6:08, 6:12. You gotta stagger them. My bro science is telling me I need to sleep so I can burn more of the food that I'm eating since it's meats and fats now, but I don't know. Anyone else sleeping hella good? I don't know. On possibly the same note, I am not drowsy or tired in the morning and seem to have more energy overall and don't feel so lethargic after work. I think my sleep experiences have been different from this person's, but I'll just go ahead and describe them if it's helpful, maybe. But I used to wake myself up snoring, and I think it's because I was overweight. When you're overweight, you have higher risk for things like sleep apnea, which is where you can't breathe right. So I think the snoring was connected to my weight. But once I lost the weight, my mouth does not open at all. I don't snore. I do sleep a lot better. So I don't know this person's situation, if they lost some weight and maybe that's helping them sleep better through the night. I don't know, maybe like you said, it's about the energy and just not feeling as tired throughout the day, so he's getting more sleep in the nighttime. Let's see what the other Redditors had to say. I had the same issue. Look at your electrolyte intake. Sounds like you're not getting enough. I don't know. Maybe it could be. I just feel like every time somebody has an issue, people point out electrolytes and it seems to work for everybody. So maybe that could be it. Another person said, I have the opposite effect. My sleep is terrible. Don't know if it has anything to do with keto or not. Interesting. Another said, sleeping like a rock is exactly how I describe it. I'm finally sleeping through the night. I don't have problems waking up in the morning when I need to, though. Hopefully you can figure that bit out. Yeah, I don't know. Sleep is such a sensitive thing and it's so individual depending on what your problem is. I've never had a good like I love sleep, so I do have a good relationship with it, but waking up and me are not friends. Never have been, like, nope. So I don't know. Good luck to this person. Maybe losing weight has allowed you to breathe easier so you're sleeping deeper. Who knows? Weight loss slower second time around. This is my second time on keto. The first time I lost 45 pounds, decided I had lost enough, and tried to transition out of it. I ended up gaining back all the weight I had lost. So here I am a year later and I'm restarting. I'm in just about a month. I have never tracked on keto, no macros, calories, etc. But I still managed to lose 45 pounds last time. Last time I literally felt the weight melt off me. It happened very steady with 1 to 2 week plateaus and then boom, I was back to losing. This time is the complete opposite. I literally have lost 8 pounds and it was all in the first week. I haven't lost any since. It is actually becoming quite frustrating and discouraging. I typically will do OMAD and it works well. I no longer feel real hunger pangs or have cravings. I just feel like I'm completely stuck. And so I'm curious if anyone else has ran into this problem and what you did to overcome it. Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. I had a whole series for like 8 months or something talking about re-losing 15 pounds because with, 2020 and going out and I don't know, just all my poor choices, I suppose. I gained back about 15 to 20 pounds and it took me a good 8 months to lose. I do think it feels a lot slower the second time. And I think a lot of that has to do with just your mental perspective on things. So when you first lose weight with keto, that first week or two, you were just flushing all this water weight and you're like, whoa, 8 pounds in a week, this is pretty great. So that first time around, you were so motivated, you're excited, it's just happening so easily. But I think once you get to your goal and then you gain some weight back, your mind frame changes about things. You're like, oh no, I'm losing the grip. How could I let this happen? You feel really guilty. You're kind of ashamed that you let it happen again. And in my personal experience, I was kind of like in freak out mode. Like for 6 months, I was like, maybe it's this, because I started going to the gym and started lifting weights. And I was like, oh, I don't think that's it. And then I was like, well, maybe I just am retaining water. I don't know. So you're kind of in this denial state too, in my experience. And so I think when you look back at the first time that you lost weight, you have this rosy vision of how, hey, this thing just worked, and it was so easy. And then you realize, I don't have the same motivation. I'm not as excited because I feel down on myself. So I just think it's a difference in perspective. This person says that they gained all the weight back that they had lost. So I don't think it's like a matter of gaining 15 pounds and those are your last 15 pounds and those are like the hardest to lose. So I don't know, I think it's more of a perspective thing, but let's see what other people think. Another thing that may be different this time around is the expanded marketplace of keto commercial snacks and replacement foods, breads, pastas, etc. All of which can sabotage weight loss. So true, totally agree. Why eat a low-carb tortilla for 100 calories when you could just make a salad for 20 calories of lettuce? It's just things like that. Another person said, last time isn't this time. If not tracking isn't working, then it looks like you already know what you need to do. I recommend the macro calculator and the sidebar. Yes, I've spoken so many times that you just have to adapt. If something's not working, you got to change it. If a certain type of food's not working, you need to change it. If an approach, if being strict or lazy is not working, switch it up. Somebody else said, I feel this, but as mentioned above, tracking. I feel like this time I have been much more loose with that or allowing things that may not kick me out of keto, but definitely are not helping. Yeah, I think it kind of goes back to having this rosy view of your first go with keto and losing lots of weight. Maybe you were actually more strict than you thought because you were much more motivated. Just my 2 cents. Okie doke. This person asked, if the calorie in versus calorie out principle, aka CECO, matters even on keto. Why should someone bother with keto and instead not follow a balanced diet of relatively equal number of carbs, protein, fat, and etc.? This is a great question, and this is why I love keto. Keto for me simplifies eating less calories overall because I am getting rid of breads and pasta and all the starches and sugars. That just naturally cuts out so many calories. So for example, instead of getting a sub at Subway, you get a salad. So you cut out 400 to 500 calories in bread and you eat 30 or 40 calories in lettuce. You know, if you went from eating ice cream and cookies and cake to eating something like sugar-free Jell-O, which is basically 0 calories, or even like a sweet treat like a couple tablespoons of peanut butter or some squares of dark chocolate, you're just naturally cutting out so many calories. So that's one reason I really think that keto helps and why I love it. It just makes cutting calories so much easier. But another thing is that it helps you with your blood sugar roller coaster, so you don't have these insulin spikes which cause the drops, which make you feel hungry, and you're eating more proteins and fats which help you feel fuller for longer, and probably more vegetables than you used to, which help with the fiber and the bulk in your stomach, which also help you feel full. Those are my favorite reasons why I think keto helps with CICO, or calories in, calories out. Let's see what the other people said. Here we go. This is asked daily. Do a search for satiation. Keto makes eating at a deficit easy. Boom. Exactly. Eating high carb at a relevant deficit is really miserable. And I say this from experience. You're eating foods that don't fill you up, and the blood sugar and insulin swings mean you get even hungrier between meals. Being hungry all the time is not mentally sustainable, and that is why people fail on those diets all the time. People seem to jump on, oh, it's just CICO, why do this? Without recognizing that satiation and sustainability are massively important. Yes, sustainability. On keto, I eat foods that I like. So I'm not trying to sub out carbs for things like rice cakes, right? Because those are still carby, and I don't like rice cakes anyways. I'm subbing out, you know, chips and things for carrots and dip, which are lower carb and lower calorie and much more filling because carrots have bulk. They have lots of fiber. Another person said, keto allows me to eat at a deficit without feeling hungry, and it's cured my binge eating disorder. I mean, I still binge from time to time, if I'm being truly honest. Like, that's just a tragic flaw that I'm still working on, but it's happening a whole lot less and with way healthier foods than it used to. And I've been able to maintain my weight loss, you know, with, I don't want to say the occasional binge, but when I slip up. So it hasn't been that bad. And yes, I love the food that I eat on keto. Like, it's so tasty and savory and just delicious. So that's why I like it. So instead of, you know, going on a regular CICO diet where you just lessen the things or substitute things, you feel full on keto, you feel satisfied, and it's much more sustainable for long-term weight loss and weight maintenance. Well, folks, that's about it for today. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and if you're new here, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel because that would help me out so much. Oh my gosh, we could be friends. It is almost the end of summer. I got about 2 weeks left and then school starts again. I'm kind of looking forward to it because I got a little bored, but also this summer was different because I was wedding planning. So I just spent like a lot of the time just dreaming about my dream wedding, and it was fantastic. So I'm a little sad that I won't have the headspace to do that as much once school starts back. But I'm also ready for some cooler weather. It's just been like humid and muggy and not even sunny. So I'm just like over it at this point. But as always, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this type of video, please leave me a comment down below letting me know and I can make more of these. And as always, feel free to follow me on my social media. I will link all of that down below. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. My name's Allie. Have a good one. Bye.